News Center 25, your hometown news.
We begin this Monday night at 10 o'clock with breaking news. We're following several developing stories right now. Victoria police are on the hunt for a suspected shooter. Good evening, I'm Jonathan McCall. Thanks for joining us at 10. You are looking at a live picture of the scene as it unfolds right now. A number of agencies are on scene right now participating in that search. Victoria police officers and Victoria Sheriff's deputies are on the ground. Victoria Fire and Rescue have launched a boat search. Texas DPS are providing air support. Once again, police have not located a victim or a suspect at this point. Police say they could be very close to wrapping up their search for tonight. There's no word on if that search could resume in the morning. We're going to continue to follow this story throughout the night. We're going to have another update before the end of the show. Continuing to follow even more breaking news tonight, a man is in custody after leading Victoria police and sheriffs on a chase. Police were responding to a report of a hit and run inside of the parking lot of the Victoria Mall just after 8:30 tonight. Police say the man hit a light pole inside that parking lot and then took off. Victoria County sheriffs tried to stop him along Highway 87, and that's when that chase began. The driver then bailed out of the car near the trading post on Main Street. Victoria Sheriff's deputies caught up with him a short time later. So far, the name of that driver has not been released. We're continuing to gather more information as we will pass it along to you as more becomes available. Due tonight, 10 o'clock, Texas DPS troopers discovered more than $600,000 of cocaine in a weekend traffic stop. That stop was made Saturday evening just after 5:30. Troopers say a Chevy truck was headed north on 59 near the Port Lavaca Highway. During the investigation, troopers found 10 bundles of cocaine hidden inside of 2 children's car seats. The drugs had a street value of, get this, nearly $650,000. 28-year-old Arturo Ortiz Jr. of McCall was arrested and taken to the Victoria County Jail, where he now faces felony charges of possession of a controlled substance. His passenger, Christopher Pete Cortez, also from McCall, was arrested for 2 felony warrants unrelated to the drug stop. The burn ban in Victoria County will be lifted for another week. County commissioners made the decision during today's commissioners' court. County leaders say recent rains led to the decision, but officials say they're also working on trying to put out another fire. The number of fire calls that turn out to be just controlled burns. They want to encourage people that if you are participating in a controlled burn, that you call the non-emergency number for dispatch. That number here in the city of Victoria is 361-485-3450. The number for the Victoria County Fire Marshal's office is 361-579-9103. People fed up with long lines and long waits at the Victoria County Courthouse will have to wait yet another week before something may be done about the problem. We first told you about the long lines last week. Courthouse visitors say the rigorous screening procedures of removing shoes, belts, and other items several times a day is causing long lines and very short tempers. During Commissioners' Court this morning, county leaders say they're looking into the issues and studying solutions to the problem. They say they plan to meet with Victoria Sheriff T. Michael O'Connor next Monday to discuss security procedures. Search is on for a killer who gunned down 2 men at a crowded Houston flea market over the weekend. Harris County Sheriff's deputies say Sunday night 6 men came out of a nightclub fighting in the middle of that flea market. 2 were shot and killed right there at the scene. The victims are said to be in their 20s. So far, no arrests have been made. A 17-year-old was shot and killed at a similar incident at a flea market just a block away back in February. New tonight, 10 o'clock, a disturbing story from Houston. Listen to this. A mother and her male friend are now accused of forcing the woman's 14-year-old daughter into prostitution. The woman, who isn't being identified to protect the identity of her daughter, appeared in court today. Prosecutors say she forced her 14-year-old daughter to have sex with several men for as little as $20. Police say the mother was working as a prostitute herself, but then customers then started to asking her to have sex with her daughter. The mother of that child now faces a charge of trafficking a child. She and her friend Reynaldo Alanis both face charges of compelling prostitution. With just one full day of campaigning left in Florida, both Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich are in full attack mode across the Sunshine State. Romney is in a good position to get all of the delegates in Florida's winner-take-all primary for tomorrow. The latest polls show Romney with double-digit leads over Gingrich there, and a new Gallup poll finds that in battleground states, Romney and President Obama are tied. But against Gingrich, the president's beating him by 14 points. Gingrich has been under attack by the Romney campaign and its surrogates, with nearly $14 million in ads spent by Romney and a super PAC supporting him in Florida. On the campaign trail, Gingrich has resorted to practically calling Romney a liar. Rick Santorum rejoined the campaign trail in Florida today, this after his daughter's health scare over the weekend. While Ron Paul has hardly campaigned in Florida, he's concentrating on the upcoming caucus states where he thinks he will perform well. American consumers got a big boost in their paychecks last year, but despite the increase, many kept their wallets closed during the holiday shopping season. That's according to new numbers from the Commerce Department. Personal income rose by half a percentage point last month, but spending by consumers was unchanged from November levels, which was weaker than the small rise forecast by economists. The combination of stronger income and weak spending resulted in the savings rate jumping from 4% to 3.5% in November. That means the average worker saved $4 for every $100 of after-tax income. Millions are sent every second all around the world, but are the text messages you're sending and receiving the truth and nothing but the truth? Researchers say people may be much more likely to lie when text messaging. The study found it's probably easier to lie in a text message than in video or via video because people don't feel as scrutinized. The findings will be published in the March issue of the Journal of Business Ethics. Stay with us, everyone. We're continuing to follow breaking news. We'll have the latest after the break. We're continuing to follow breaking news tonight. As we told you at the very top of the show, Victoria police were on the scene of a suspected shooting that happened around 7:30 this evening near the power plant and along Moody Street as well. They were searching for a suspected shooter and a victim, but so far they have not found either one. Yes, but witnesses said that they heard about 17 gunshots fired at least. A group of men apparently were making threats at one another, and after the gunshots, a group of at least 3 men got into a car. So something probably went on there, and so we're going to keep following this as we find out more information. That's right. Something else. We have something else. A number of agencies on the scene participating in the search. Victoria Police, Victoria Sheriffs, also deputies were on the ground searching for that. Victoria Fire and Rescue also launched a water search. DPS launched a helicopter as well. For the first time as well, we're also getting a first hand of an account from police out there. And that was Lieutenant Caleb Brashears with the Victoria Police Department. The biggest question that we were trying to answer at the top of the show is whether or not they were going to be back out there first thing in the morning. Obviously, because of the darkness, it would be hampering or it would hurting the investigation. Yeah, it would hurt the investigation a lot. So it's a good thing they will be back out there in the morning. Once again, Victoria Police on the scene of a suspected shooting, have not located a victim or a suspect at this point. They have wrapped up their investigation for the night, and as you just heard Lieutenant Brashears say, they will be out there first thing in the morning again, ready to go with the rest of that investigation.